Episode 348. I'm building a domain expert AI model for government.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
For 25 years, I've worked in communications, first as a journalist, then in public relations, digital marketing, and now AI-powered communications as an AI educator, consultant, and builder. And if I know anything about my career, it's that I was always a first adopter. And I'm ready to pivot once again. Hello and welcome back to AI6. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Can you believe I'm almost at 350 episodes? That is a sheer sign of my commitment to artificial intelligence knowledge sharing. I was at the Business Summit at University of Galway last week, and a venture capitalist said something that was my biggest takeaway, and if you listened to this week's long listen, then you would have heard it too. And he said, subject matter and domain experts are not experts anymore in their sector if they're not applying artificial intelligence. It's worth thinking about, isn't it? Back in October 2024, I began ideating on how I could apply AI to my field of expertise, communications. And more specifically, government communications. I set up Public Sector Marketing Institute almost 10 years ago now, and that niche makes up a huge component of my work. I am so invested and I have so much experience in that sector that I could anticipate questions that media will ask in a crisis. I can write speeches. I can write press releases. I can train their staff on how to convert social media passive information into highly engaging content. I've done it all, and I've brought my over 2 decades of communication skills to bear across all of those roles and now into my business. And I've been self-employed for 17 years. And today I'm telling you a little bit more because I think I hinted about it, and the working title was AIJ in previous episodes and also in my book, AI Playbook. But my friends, I'm now ready to ask you if you would be interested in being a beta tester for my AI model for government communications. And I work with you every day, right? If you're listening to this, you are my niche audience. And you're probably already using the large generalized models like ChatGPT or Copilot, Perplexity, Gemini or Claude. And maybe you've noticed something. It can often give you a general purpose answer. It doesn't automatically know your house style. Maybe it doesn't understand ministerial protocols, those nuances and context that you inherently know. And maybe it doesn't understand the importance of freedom of information and implications of those. Maybe it doesn't know the difference between a holding statement and a reactive statement. And maybe it doesn't know what good, great, or terrible looks like. The result is that you spend as much time fixing the output as you would have spent writing it yourself. And that's where the frustration comes in. And I talked about this problem back in episode 280 of AI6. When I explained what domain expertise AI is and why it matters. Since then, the industry has moved in the direction I anticipated. IBM leaders have argued that enterprises need domain-specific, well-governed AI agents rather than relying only on generic general-purpose models. Deloitte's 2026 State of AI in the Enterprise report identifies insufficient skills and talent as a major barrier to scaling AI initiatives. And DataCamp's 2026 State of Data and AI Literacy report, based on a survey of 517 US and UK business leaders, finds that 72% view AI literacy as essential and nearly 60% report a data and AI skills gap in their current workforce. The tools are powerful, but without domain knowledge, they do not deliver. So what am I building? Well, I'm building a domain expertise AI model specifically for government, public sector, and not-for-profit communications professionals. It's not a chatbot that has read the internet. It is a system built on top of a large language model enriched with 25 years of my domain knowledge through curated knowledge bases and specialist instructions. The technical approach is called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, and also it's going through fine-tuning. It means that when you ask this AI to draft a holding statement, it knows what a holding statement actually is in the government context. It knows tone, structure, the sensitivities. When you ask it to prepare a ministerial briefing, it understands the conventions. When you're handling a crisis at 11 p.m, it doesn't give you a generic press release template. It gives you something grounded in how this work actually is translated in the real world. So I've been encoding the frameworks, the patterns, and the hard-won lessons from training over 5,000 government and public sector pros into the system. The goal is to make that expertise available at the moment of need, not just when you have me or not just when you're in my training room. I am offering you a solution to a problem that arrives at your door every day. And comfort that I am there, albeit in a virtual way, with you. So now, having built the proof of concept, I need beta testers. And I'm asking you. I've put the link to apply in the show notes of this podcast. And feel free at this stage to pass the message on that Joanne is building something special. And being true to my word, I want it to be a game changer for your profession. So bear with me as we test it together. And I really hope that what I produce in the AI age is not only fit for purpose, but is transformational. That's it for today's show. If you're ready to turn these insights into skills, here's how I can help. Get your copy of my book, AI Playbook, on Amazon. It's the perfect companion to the show. For weekly AI strategy, subscribe to my newsletter, Human in the Loop, on LinkedIn. Or if you want to take the next big step, you can take our CPD accredited professional diploma in AI. Maybe you need something more tailored for your organisation. You can book a call in my calendar at digitaltraining.ie. Or if you work in government or public sector, go over to publicsectormarketingpros.com. If you found this episode useful, please share it with a pro that you know. And I'd love to read your comments on Spotify. And if you can, take a second to like, rate, or subscribe wherever you listen. It really helps the show. This is AI6. I'll talk to you on the next episode.